Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to show you how to make these polar bear cupcakes. Now these are a lot of fun to make and very simple, so keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make these. Now the first thing we need to do is make our cupcakes. Now if you have your own favorite recipe, you can make that. I am going to use a box recipe for this just to make it easier, because this is really about how we're decorating the cupcakes, not really about the cupcakes themselves. So I'm going to start off with a large bowl. I'm going to pour my pre-made cupcake mix in there, and it calls for 3 large eggs. It also calls for a ½ cup of vegetable oil and 1 cup of water. Now I'm just going to mix this all together really good. Now you could use a hand mixer if you'd like. I'm just using this wooden spoon. It works just as well. I like to let my batter sit for a little while because I want it to thicken up a little bit. Now of course, make sure you preheat your oven to 350 or whatever temperature you need for your cupcakes. Mine's already preheated, it's ready to go. What I'm going to do right now is just take a cupcake tin, and I have some of these little liners. You can use any color you want or whatever. I'm using these silver ones. They're pretty fun. And I'll put these in here. Now here's a trick I like to use. Use a ice cream scoop to scoop out your batter so it doesn't make as much of a mess. If you just try to pour it in there, it'll get all over the place. Just a real big mess. You don't want to do that. So it still will be runny, but nowhere near as bad as if you tried to do it a different way. And you just want to fill each cupcake liner about half full. Alright, so that filled up all 12. I have enough for maybe 6 more at the most. Now we're just going to take this, put this in the oven for about 20 minutes. Again, check with your recipe, but mine's about 20 minutes. Now for a little behind the scenes footage. What you usually don't see is after I put my main batch in the oven, what I like to do is use up all the batter that I had, and I'm going to try to fill, I have a 6-tin cupcake liners, cupcake tin, and I'm going to see if I can fill all these up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And this is the stuff you usually don't see, but this year I think I'm going to do something a little different, kind of show you a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff. Hope you like it. Now it only filled 4 out of my 6, but that's okay because we'll save these until I make cupcakes again. And then off to the fun part, which is dishes. That's the one part you don't get to see, and it's something I really don't enjoy at all about making YouTube videos, is the cleanup. I do have a dishwasher, so you're probably saying to yourself, James, why aren't you using a dishwasher? Here's why, because if I start this dishwasher, it's going to take about an hour and a half to complete. And my cupcakes are going to be out of the oven. And at that time, I need to film and I need to shoot. And if I have my dishwasher running, well then all you're going to hear is that humming sound from the dishwasher, and it's really going to mess up the quality of the video. So that's why I don't use my dishwasher very often unless it's the last recipe of the day, and then I put the rest of the stuff in there. But in the meantime, I have to tackle these dishes. I kind of clean as I go, so we'll get that taken care of while they are in the oven baking. So you're sure you want to be a YouTuber that cooks? You might want to rethink it. So after about 21 minutes, my cupcakes are out of the oven, and I'm just going to check them with a toothpick. I'm going to stick it through, and if it comes out clean, they're ready. So I'm going to let these cool down completely before we move on to the next step. Now that our cupcakes have cooled down completely, we're just going to take these, set these aside, and we'll come back to them shortly. Next, with a very large bowl, we're going to make our frosting. Now I'm going to make cream cheese frosting, and to do that I just have 8-ounce package of cream cheese that's been softened at room temperature, and I have 1 stick of butter, also has been softened at room temperature. Now if you want to make it without cream cheese frosting, you just want to use buttercream frosting, just substitute the cream cheese with another stick of butter. That simple. Now what we gotta do is just mix this up, blend it together until that cream cheese and that butter is all one. Now that's all good. Now if I wasn't filming this, I would just do that with my stand mixer because it is a lot easier, and I would just put it on high for about 3 to 5 minutes, and you'll see that the butter is even turned to a whiter color. That's about what you want, nice and smooth. And once it's like that, what we're going to do is start adding our confectionery sugar or powdered sugar, whatever you want to call it. Now this is 2 cups of confectionery sugar. I'm going to add 2 cups at first. I have another cup here which I'm going to add slowly to this. And you want to start this off slow, if not you'll make a really big mess. And you can see it's a real creamy frosting, especially right now. Now it's going to be creamy because it is cream cheese frosting, but we're going to make it a little thicker. And this, I'm going to add about half of this cup of confectionery sugar and see how it looks. And I might end up adding more. We'll see. So at this stage, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now it's a good idea to scrape down the sides just so we'll make sure everything's blended nicely and it's all well combined. Now I think this is the perfect consistency. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and we're going to cover our cupcakes with it. Now what we need to do is top our cupcakes with our frosting. But before we do that, I'm just going to set this aside, and we want to cut some marshmallows. Now this is just a regular size marshmallow. I want to cut this in half. And you'll see what I'm doing in just a moment. So I want to have that half and that half. Also, I have a bowl here, and I have some of this sweetened coconut, these coconut flakes. I'm just going to fill this bowl with these coconut flakes. Now, I'm going to take my cupcake one at a time. I'm going to dip in my frosting, and we're going to frost this thing up. No special design really, no piping it, just smooth it on. You can use offset spatula, you can use a butter knife, whatever way you want to do it. And it doesn't have to look all perfect and pretty, don't worry. We're going to take our coconut flakes right here, and we're going to take this and just dip it upside down in our coconut flakes. And you see, now you have a coconut cupcake. Now we're going to take this, set this right here. Now remember the marshmallow that we just cut in half. Well, we're going to take that and just push that right down somewhere near the middle of our cupcake, middle bottom. Now what we're going to do is take a regular size marshmallow. I cut this one in half too, and I'm just going to stick this up near the top to make it look like ears. You may have to put some more frosting on it just to help it stick. Okay, so now what I've done is taken some chocolate chips, just regular old chocolate chips. I'm going to use these as the eyeballs. I'm just going to take this and kind of push it in. You want the eyeballs to be close together, just like that. And then we want to paint like the little snout of the nose. And I'm going to do that with some melted chocolate I put in a piping bag. Let me just... There you go, that is one polar bear cupcake. Then of course, do the rest of them the exact same way I just did that one. Now it's time for the taste test, but before I give this a shot, I just want to tell you why I decided to make polar bear cupcakes. And the reason is, every year I'm involved with the Maryland Special Olympics, and they have a thing called the polar bear plunge. Now I do it every single year. You will see a video, it's coming up on January 27th on a Saturday. So if you're from Maryland, come out and join me, support the Special Olympics. It's a great cause. We go into icy Chesapeake Bay, and it's a lot of fun. We raise money for the Special Olympics and the special athletes, and I just enjoy doing it every year. And I just thought, why not? Let's make some polar bear cupcakes just to kind of celebrate it, raise awareness to the Maryland State Police polar bear plunge. And again, I'll put links below if you want to join me at that. I may even put a link to maybe an older video that I took from there. And it's just a lot of fun. So if you're from the Maryland area, it's at Sandy Point State Park, and it's just a lot of fun. So let me know if you're going to be there. If you're not going to be there, but you want to support it, just follow the links and all the information's there. So now let's dig into this and see how it tastes. It's good. I love having coconut icing on a cake. And the cupcake, perfect. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these polar bear cupcakes. These are a lot of fun to make. I hope you get a chance to make them for yourself. And if you do, please share it with me on any of my social media at FunFoodsYT. Also, be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and check out some of the videos I have off to the side as well. Be sure to hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to get new videos every week. And until then, I'll see you next week.